I got my partner's hand-me-down drawing tablet recently, so that's my second screen.
Wish I could draw. All right, with that being said, how about one of you fine individuals give me a recap, recall what occurred, what happened, what events transpired last game? Because we did a bit of exploring, we did a bit of negotiation, we got some potential allies and definitely making some enemies. So, with that being said, what happened last game?
That's a very good question, Paul.
Did we get straight to the exploration, or did we like interact prior to it?
We recapped with what happened last time, and I think the first part was the soul slash like medicine care or herbalism care Gilly got
Yeah.
because of her dream.
Which unfortunately didn't help.
We did try doing something about that.
With anti-plague, but
Mm-hmm.
so far, so nothing. But
No use.
we went out into the world
Yes.
with a light rain.
We came across an old skirmish site.
Mm-hmm.
A battle between kobolds and I'm forgetting the name of the little guys. Blue gremlins.
Midflip?
Mifflets.
Mifflets. Yes. Mifflets. It was the kobold bodies that we burned, which is peculiar enough. You would think it'd be the other way around. There was one Mifflet and like several burnt kobold bodies. We decided to follow the tracks of the kobolds and took with us a Mifflet head to serve as a sign of mutual enemy, I suppose.
And a conversation starter.
We tracked them to an old silver mine where they set up their home. And that we found the soot scales, which were black kobolds, is it?
Mm-hmm.
They had a captive Mifflet?
Captain Mifflet.
Yes. And the one that was there guided us past all of their traps.
They spoke Taldan, which was one of
They spoke very rudimentary Taldan.
Yeah.
I get the impression that maybe some more than others.
Yeah. I also wanted to add that the mine was called the Oaktop Silver Mine. So there was probably some sort of tree there at some point with the oak top, but yep. Sorry, Andrew, continue.
No. You're adding detail. We went down the tunnels, following our little escort to a whole group of like maybe a dozen or so kobolds all packed together. One of them had a I want to say kobold skull headdress. He was very easy to identify as their leader. Upon showing the Mifflet head and presenting the soup as tribute to him, which he ate all on his own, did not share. He requested our aid to acquire a idol that is sacred to them in some fashion. If we do this, then we are brokering a truce between the humans or humankind and the soot scales. as it turns out, the fact that this idol was taken by the Mitflits, it has had an effect on them, a curse of some sort. Something deeper in the cave which they did not want us looking at just yet, but promised to share more when we brought the idol back. So we went to where we know the gremlins reside, which is the large sycamore tree. We had to drop down upon arriving at the sycamore tree, we found an entrance, a little underground entrance, where we had to drop down about 10 feet or so to get down there, which did mean that Nova could not come with us. And we fought a few Mitflits there. I think I spotted one of them was named Oog or something. they were flinging like stones at each other and just being a little chaotic in their own way. But as soon as we popped up, they went on the offensive or defensive. I suppose we're the intruders here. The caves are very these shafts are very low down, so that most of us, aside from Gilly, are crouching. It's not easy to move around. And Gilly took a number of hits from the fierce low encounter, so whilst Urfiel was patching them up, 3 more gremlins arrived, and now, with one of them having gone away, they're on high alert. And there may be more on the way. Ravet and Vanya did the dispatch of 2 of them, but yeah, the fear just went deeper into the cave.
All right. Fantastic. Thank you, Rafiel. So, yes, after getting going to help out the kobolds, the suit scales, you find yourselves under the large sycamore tree, going through the Mitflit caverns. You had to drop down through the root system to a tunnel that extended to either side, to the west, to the east. You went to the westmost side and dropped down into a small room where 2 Mitflits were throwing marbles at each other with a makeshift catapult device on their wrists. Took them out. When you're done your short rest to treat your wounds and whatnot, more kobolds, more Mitflits came up through one of the tunnels, attacked all of you, and now we're going to pick up the scene where 2 of the Mitflits, in this case represented by the blood splats on the ground, are lying dead at your feet. I do believe Urfiel and Gilly didn't actually get involved in this fight. They were remaining being tended to by the wounds, but you could hear the Mitflit that is now falling down that tunnel that he climbed up of to get to this room is just screaming bloody murder, pretty much, in their native tongue. So, with that being said, the question I'm going to present to all of you, with that Mitflit going blah blah blah, what do you do?
I think Gilly is a bit in the is really deep in the sunk cost fallacy, because Raphael and Gilly have not moved so far because they're currently in a medical procedure, but I think Gilly is going to stay there and be a bit alert. Anything that could hurt us right now, and if we have to act, but be still and does not want to interrupt anything Raphael is doing.
Well, what do the rest of you do? So while Raphael, do you continue healing Gilly, or do you stop when that Mitflit is going down screaming top of his lungs?
It would
I
maybe
think
take
I
me.
might go
Hmm?
down and see if I can perhaps fire an arrow at the midflit to just probably take it down before he alerts more of them.
I'll get back to you in a second, Rabbit. I want to hear what Raphael wants to do.
It would still take me 5 minutes, maybe,
Yeah.
to fully tend to Gilly's wounds, and I think it's best to at least finish patching Gilly up. I trusted in Ravit and Vanya earlier, and not moving then, not engaging the Mitflits then, it would feel like a waste if I suddenly just stop now. I'm committed, but
All right. Rabbit, as you rush forward with your bow, already knocked arrow ready, and you lean over to fire an arrow into the head of that Mitflit, it's already gone inside the next room. Vanya and Rabbit, what do you two want to do?
Actually, I think it would be better if we stay here, especially if we kind of have advantage here with just one passageway, which is fairly narrow. I think we should stay here.
We can
Yeah.
probably defend this place the best, right? Or if we have to, we can get back into the tunnels, and they can't get past. They can't get past us. Like Paul, the tunnels are very narrow, right?
Yes. And I mentioned the roof is very, very low.
there's the two tables. Can we use them to make a rudimentary blockade?
Absolutely. Rabbit and Vanya can go ahead and give me crafting rolls if they want to do that.
All right.
I don't have crafting.
Don't need to be trained. Definitely be beneficial, but this is something you don't need to be trained in to actually do. You're just throwing stuff together to keep a bit of a blockade. So, Rabbit, mostly you. You try to help out a little bit, Vanya, and for most part, it's just kind of Rabbit taking things from you as you're kind of getting stuff. But you move those pieces of wood, the benches, whatnot. Do you move it against the opening, or do you move it to kind of have a way to have like a bit of a shield or a wall where the opening's at, or you try to block that actual opening?
I feel like we would make a sort of wall so we can still attack them if they come rushing at us.
Okay. You get that done, and you get that done in a couple of minutes, very quickly. And after about 5 minutes, you are done. If you want to go ahead and do that healing roll, or if you can now.
I think we did get the healing roll.
Okay, so you're just in the middle of the process of doing it? Okay.
Yeah.
So now the healing is done, and
Yes.
I'm not going to add any healing to here. All right, that's good.
Now the question is, do we take up a defensive position? Gilly, you should be good to go. Or do we retreat?
Gilly
Or
takes
if your
up
gaze is down the tunnel.
and glowing sword and looks at Oriphiel and looks at the blockade and looks at the other opening and says, I think if we are if we are surrounded, it would be a problem. But I think each of us could hold each exit if they start to. I don't think it's an idea to go into other tunnels. We do not know. There might be traps. They might be starting something. Let's try to wait it out and see if they start going at us. What does everyone think?
How are your spells and such, Vanya and Orifil?
Haven't used any spells yet.
Fully loaded.
Is there any way you could use the terrain to block them if push comes to shove and they start to swarm us? I'm really concerned about their numbers. We've heard some down the corridors, and it seems to be a whole warren of them. Is there any way you can use some sort of magics to disrupt the tunnels?
I think I might have something. I could obscure their path. Not obscure, it's more make it harder for them to get by. And Paul, I'm thinking about using maybe scatter scree to, I don't know, maybe make it more rocky, the surface. If there are any rocks in here, I'm not sure since we're in a tree. But
There's
it is
definitely
on the
bits
ground.
of debris, rocks, all that. There'll definitely be that around here.
Yeah, I think I might do that just behind the wall that we've built.
Okay. So you do that right now?
Difficult. Yeah.
Okay.
If
So you cause a bunch of rocks to kind of form up and just kind of drop, kind of like a trap down that hole. They just tumble down, but you don't hear anything.
Gilly is looking upwards, like at the ceiling of this cave, and shushes everyone. Can you hear that? There. And she puts one ear up. Do you hear that above us? I think they're above us. Like now that I pointed out, can the others hear something like that?
The moment you say that, George, I want everyone to go ahead and give me a reflex saving throw. George and I should say Gilly and Rabbit, you're gonna get essentially +2 to these rolls.
I want to hero point that since it's a natural one.
Go for it. Taking the first result. Alright, so as you kind of look up as Gilly alerted to a bit of noise, you hear what sounds like the breaking of tree branches. And all of a sudden, the entire top part of where you came in through from that tunnel that went from west to east collapses. And you see a bunch of dirt and debris kind of just fall into like a small avalanche. All of you get out of the way except for you, Rabbit. Rabbit, you're going to go ahead and, in this case, you're going to take this in damage. As one damage, as a bit of rocks kind of fall and hit you a little bit, and you're able to move away from this. But at this point, it does seem that your exit has been collapsed now.
They've got other
Wow.
tunnels around us and they're trying to cave us in. We're gonna need to move.
Well, since our escape is now blocked off, the only thing we can do is move forward and find a new one, I guess.
Push through.
They do know we're here. Maybe we should just wait it out until they come here.
Mm-mm. They've got tunnels around us. They can collapse the rest of the cave. If they can collapse that, then nowhere is safe.
I agree with Orifil. I think we have to move. I think they know we're here, and I think they know they should not attack in here. So if we give them a better opportunity for them to attack us, we might more easily survive. It sounds counterintuitive. Sometimes you have to go into the fire too. I don't know. Let's go.
With Gilly in front, well, the caves are small. They can't get past Gilly basically, or they have to move through Gilly. So as long as we keep moving and making sure that we have a wall in front of us, namely Gilly, then we should be fine, I think.
Careful if they come at us from both sides. Vanya, can you protect yourself? And Orifil and Revid? Can you stay back? Can you be the vanguard?
I can do that.
Who moves down the tunnel first? Down this shaft, downwards.
Gilly will jump down.
Alright. Who goes second?
Gilly calls for Orifil.
Second.
Who's third?
I guess it's.
I'll go last.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So, Gilly, as you and Riffle get near, you have to go down this shaft. It's not completely vertical. It's enough to kind of slide down, hold on to the sides, so you can kind of control your descent for the most part. And so you kind of brace yourself, and you just kind of slide down this. You do a bit of a slide/fall. And when you hit the bottom first. And as you do, you see that there are a few midflits in here. You do see a kobold, which is a bit bleeding on the ground. It looks like it's been beaten a bit. And we are going to essentially start that combat immediately while you're the first one down here. And you're inside the actual tunnel, so you have to deal with that as you will.
What should I roll as initiative?
Perception, or
Sounds
it'd be perception.
Perception, alright.
All right, everyone will see the combat tractor, and I want everyone to go ahead and roll me their perception.
It's just perception.
Well, for initiative. So make sure you're inside the combat part and click on the dice next to your name. But make sure your actual character is selected to perception for initiative. Okay.
I'm getting all my bad rolls out now.
Mm.
Oh, he's not in the combat. All right, so the first Mitflit seeing you drop down the hole, Gilly, he goes, "Intruders!" and rushes forward. They're already ready for attacking, and so he quickly rushes forward a couple paces with his short sword and goes to stab you, Gilly. Now you're no longer prone. Let me get rid of that real quickly.
Oh, that's good, thank you.
Alright, so here comes the attack. He comes in with the overhand swing to trying to get you on the head. And when he does, that is going to be a hit, as it does connect with you. And it's going to cause you to have 4 damage. He's going to do a second attack against you, Gilly. And this one will miss. Third action, he's going to step back. Over there. Oh, I didn't mean to delete that kobold. No, I'll put it back in here. Mifflin right here is going to take a dart and throw the dart at you, Gilly. Connects, hits you for 3 damage. Pulls out a second dart, throws it for all 3 actions. And will hit. 3 more damage. Vanya, it is your turn. You hear as Gilly went down, immediately the sounds of battle as a blade strikes against Gilly, and then you hear the ping on Gilly's armor, the darts that do connect and are getting the weak spots of Gilly's armor.
I'd like to move to Gilly if possible.
So, Raphael's in the way. And this is a situation where you're not going to be able to move past because of the way... You potentially can if you give an acrobatics roll. But if you fail, you might get stuck with each other and actually cause a block in that tunnel. So what you can do... What, George?
Like mechanically, you might delay.
Yeah. So I was saying you can either do something in this room, or you can delay your action, your initiative, down to where Raphael's at and go after Raphael.
I think I'd like to do that.
Okay. So I'll move you down to... Well, you both rolled 9, so I'll let you go right after Raphael. Let's do this. Okay, participant. Can I do decimals? Let's see. I can't. Alright, Rabbit, just for ease, I'm going to go ahead and make you down to a 7, so I can put Vanya at 8.
That's fine.
Won't change order at all. Alright, that means it's now going to be on to you, Gilly. You're down there, and you've already been hit by a few blows.
Gilly is going to stride in towards all of them, sword and shield in hand.
When you step forward, they had time to prepare. You step forward and you walk right into a trap. And when it goes off, it's not that well made, and you can tell immediately this is a kobold trap. And we do have a kobold that is right here that has been abused. Most likely this was kind of maybe interrogated or whatnot, and you see he has a belt pouch on his side that is empty right now. And I'll need you to really quickly go ahead and... Actually, I'm going to do attack against you. So I'm going to go ahead and target you. Then do the attack. Luckily it misses. The spike goes off and goes right into the ceiling right next to you. Luckily, it's now done with that trap, so we can remove the trap. And Gilly, you can now move here.
Is there another trap?
No.
Great.
You don't have time to set up one.
Okay. Gilly is a bit surprised by this trap going off near to her and steps through it, and while arriving in the middle of all of this, she strikes one of the midflits, the one that has not acted yet. Just
Is it one right here.
This one?
No, the one I'm pinging. Right there.
Oh, this one, okay. Yeah, and I'm going to attack that. 1 second. Just fishing for
Nice.
some sort of... Alright.
Come in with the long sword and you strike the midfoot across the body. And when you do, that is enough to drop it, and it hits the ground dead.
And after that, Gilly will raise her shield and just say to them, lay down your weapons. Though, after all of this, with not a lot of conviction. She's a bit out of breath and out of sleep also.
And they just laugh at you. Right, Raphael, you want to go down? It will be essentially dropping down, and that will be one action to get there.
Just one action.
Yeah, get down to the bottom.
Okay. So it's one action to get down here to the bottom.
Mm-hmm. You see one kobold that is hurt on the ground, kind of beat up, bloody, and two of the mitflits. One just died by Gilly's blade.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm gonna need to make room for Vanya, so that's an action to get down. I'm gonna step next to Gilly and I will cast guidance on Gilly.
As you do before, you step into the remains of a just used trap. You can see the spike in the ceiling right above you.
Okay.
Thank you for the guidance.
And that's 3 actions then.
Well, to get right here, yeah, the 3 actions. Okay. All right, Vanya is now. You can go. You want to spend an action to go down that tunnel?
Yeah, I would like that.
Okay. You drive down and you see this little room. You do see these 2 mitflits, one dead. You see the kobold on the ground, and you see a Raphael as well as Gilly right in front of you.
Would I be able to stand on the same spot as the dead midfield?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I would like to move there. And do an attack. Just a strike.
Go for it.
Oh, it's my first.
Well, that's gonna be
Hey.
probably a bit painful to the mitflit, not you.
So did I click on critical? I'm so excited.
Yep, so you want to go ahead and click on the critical. Alright, you're going to do a little bit low damage, but let's see what the actual effect is. So apply the damage real quickly, and because you're using the rapier, which is piercing, I believe. So this is going to be a sucking chest wound. As you hit right to the chest of the mitflit, it's going to cause it to become fatigued. Nice.
Yeah.
Me and that midflip.
Right, not bad, not bad. All right, Savannah, you have done all 3 actions. We now go to Revit. It is on you. Again, one action to go down the tunnel. There you are. You see one very hurt mitflit, one dead, one still standing, and a bloody and beat up kobold on the ground.
I want to intimidate this midflit,
Which one? Go target the one you want to do, and then go and give me the roll.
the middle one.
Target. Target, if you haven't already. I
did.
can't tell because Olivia and Robin have the same really similar colors, so I can't tell which one's which sometimes.
I can change my color if you want to.
If you don't mind. Do it after the fight.
Wait, we can change colors?
Yeah. Like when you do the ping, you can change the color. So if you want to, Olivia, you can go ahead and right-click your name at the bottom left, and then go to User Configuration, and then click on that player color and change it there.
Thank you.
So like that, everyone have their own color, so I can see whose dot is whose.
I like being green.
I'm green. I've always been green, and also I've been doing this color scheme for the last like 10 years in all my online games. I'm always green. So in this case, you can't do it. Be a different green. All right, Rabbit. That
You've got a
temptation
lime green,
will
I've got emerald green.
most definitely work. Not a critical success, but is definitely good. And I want next time to go ahead and do the actual action from the Demoralize, because I can apply the effect automatically for me for the future, please. But right now it is Frightened 1.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I forgot we have those actions as well.
It makes it easier for me.
And,
Makes things a little bit faster.
and as my last action, I'm gonna try to attack the one that's badly injured.
Okay. And remember, if you like those actions, you can drive those actions to your hotbar.
That's true.
Alright, so we'll be provide a bit of cover. This will still hit though. Go ahead and roll damage, Rabbit. Alright, arrow comes in. Nice. And that will kill that Mifflet.
And that's all 3 actions for me.
Alright.
They're not, are they?
One remaining Mifflet. It, seeing you, Gilly, goes to stab you one time in a bit of sheer panic before it's going to attempt to run away. Just misses. And now it starts rushing down. Now, as it moves down the tunnel, you see that this isn't straight. For the way the map looks, it actually goes downwards by a bit of a steep angle. You actually see stairs there. When it gets to this bottom, you see this chasm. And it immediately starts to get onto these ropes and starts to climb across quickly on these ropes. Gets about halfway. Kelly, it's on you.
All right. I don't think Gilly has her geese arm with her. And there's no way to. Is there a way that I can move and try to hit the midflit?
You can move there, but you can't reach Mifflet in melee range. You have to either go on the rope and start climbing across, or throw something.
Having a look, but I don't think I had the. Yeah, I did not take any sort of ranged thing with me. So I think Gilly is going to leave that to people who are more knowledgeable in this sort of action, and I'll have a look at the beaten up kobold. I've not had any time to restore the lay on hands, so I can't do anything except just try and assess the beaten kobold and say to it, we're here to help. Can you hear me?
As you talk to it, Gilly, you see that it is on a minute in and out of unconsciousness, and it was just recently. It seems they were probably torturing or beating up this kobold, and then when you arrived and the ambush occurred, they probably immediately knocked it out to keep it from interfering in any which way. So it's kind of just rolling its eyes in the back of its head, and it's just drifting in and out of consciousness.
So it's not bleeding out or anything?
No.
Could I redo my movement and move here?
Sure.
Because I'd like to search the midflit corpse near me if there are any sort of darts there. Just as an interact action?
Yeah. And you can double click on. You should. I don't know if you can in combat. Can you double click that blood spot?
Yep.
Okay.
I can double click it, and so I will take a dart just to see if I can.
I'll count that as one whole action because you can see it. You go and grab it, and then if you want to, you can do your stuff.
Okay, then I think with my last action, after dropping my sword, taking it, I will try to throw it. I will take one, and I will equip it. Held in one hand. Just one. All right. Then I will try to throw that dart. Just maybe all those dart throwing competitions at the tavern will finally amount to something.
Let's see. Can you do it?
I'll also use Raphael's guidance for this and see.
Runs
Nice.
out as
It
he
hits.
hits my thing, so yeah.
Roll damage.
Guidance does not last very long.
You hit the midflit, And as it gets hit here, I'm going to have it roll a reflex saving throw, or it's going to lose its grip and fall. It doesn't. So it gets, and it's screaming as you got hit, and it's a dart sticking out of its back. All right, Gilly, I believe you were finished.
Yes.
Raphael, it's on you.
Okay.
Now, you can only see it from where Gilly's kind of location's at, by the way the tunnel is.
Okay. So I'd need to move in order to see it.
Yeah. It's like right now, you're right here, and it goes down steeply.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm gonna... See, I thought of using my sling. I'm not sure if like using a firebolt would be wise, because if I bend that rope, that might be a problem for us. Sling is one-handed. Can I still use it if I have my staff on the other hand?
Yeah, so you'll go with the staff. I can't remember if the staff is one-handed. I think it's two-handed. But yeah, you hold one hand and then throw it.
Okay. Okay,
To get
so...
a better idea of what we're kind of looking at right here, this is what the actual cave system looks like from a maybe easier vantage point to look at. If you look in chat.
I have to say, like, George, not Gilly, but George is terrified of cave systems. Just the claustrophobia and so on. And just
What?
imagining these tiny creatures in there. Going
So are
around.
we in room R3 then? Yeah. I'm reading that, right?
Yeah, you're in R3 right now.
Okay. Okay, so first action, move up to
That's
there.
all I know. Alright, you see the midfoot is crossing.
Draw my sling. And strike. It's not gonna hit, is it? Damn.
You want hero point that to reveal?
Do it!
That one
Hey!
hits. Nice. In mid-flight, it changes direction.
Oh no.
Hits mid-flight. I'll have it do another check to see if it might fall because
Nick, it's wrist.
it's not used to this.
Oh!
And
Oh my
you
God.
watch, and so the rock actually hits the hand of the mid-flit. It goes, ah, ah, and it just falls. And you just hear crunching, and then dead.
It would have been better if they just laid down their weapons. Gilly takes out the sword again and starts cleaning it.
Right, that fight is over.
But Gilly,
Raphael sheaves the sling.
would you have trusted them to actually lay down their weapon?
Well, if their weapons are down, I think there's a bit of trust to their actions.
I feel like they seem like the backstabbing sort.
That's why I have my eyes and ears on them. But you are right. There's always a chance. There's always luck on our side. Maybe something good will happen. Or if the kobold looks in a bad way. What do we do? And Gilly starts looking around and will go forward and look into the darkness, or if there is any sort of light.
So, no
will
light. The room you're in right now is, well, they're pallid roots that go all around this room that make up the walls. It's an egg-shaped cavern, as you can definitely see, and you see that a bit to the south, where the midfoot has fallen is a very, very. You have to go down. If you look at that image I put in chat, you have to go down a little bit, and it's a rather wide, about 15-foot width, and a very, very deep chasm that only has a couple of ropes that serve kind of as handholds as somewhat walkable single rope bridges that go across from both sides.
I want to hold the kobold steady and try to feed him a elixir of life. Would feed be the right question? the right would feed be
Administer.
the right word?
Only if
Admit?
it's chunky, then you can feed it.
Yeah, I'd like to hold him steady and just pour a elixir of life down his mouth.
Okay. As you pour it down, here, and you see it looks around confused and has a bit of fear on its face, seeing you. And you're not a midfoot, but you're definitely humans, and it gets immediately fearful. And you see it's on the brink of what it wants to do: attack, run away. But because it's so injured, it mostly wants to run away. But it's gonna have to make this decision in a couple of seconds if any of you wants to try to calm it down.
Can we just knock it unconscious so it doesn't move?
I mean,
I just healed it
it
one
was
HP.
unconscious.
Ah.
A single hit point. Amazing.
Sometimes it's just the feeling you get if you drink something, then you wake up. This.
All right.
Placebo.
I want someone to roll me d20. 15 or more, it attacks.
I'll roll it since I work it up.
Okay. It actually rushes away. It's not on the ground. It starts crawling away in a lot of fear back towards the wall, as it just kind of looking at all of you.
It's okay. We're not gonna hit you.
That path is closed. It's closed up.
You not hurt, Mick?
Is that your name?
Yes, Mick. Mick hurt. Mick really hurt.
It's difficult not to smile because I'm seeing Olivia's reaction as well.
It's just so cute. It's just like
This is why the party adopts. Like, kobold.
probably.
We
George
won't
can't hear
hit
you.
you. But the way back, caved in. No way back. That way.
Go ahead and give me a diplomacy roll.
Okay.
George, say something real quick. Can't hear you, George.
Low roll.
Eh,
Or use my hero point.
And it listens to you. Whether it believes you or not, it does go into the tunnel and starts to go climb away.
Vanya tries to say something while they're going away.
You can.
If you return, we will protect you.
Give me a diplomacy roll.
Better.
You get no response. What do the rest of you do?
Could I try to use intimidation to get it back? I want to out after it. Get back here, you little shit! We helped you!
it's got a chance to flee. In this case, I'm not gonna have a roll be able to be used here.
Then Gilly says that and nothing. Maybe it was not the right tactic.
All right. Well, one of
Well-
you is a bit hurt. What do I want to do? We do know now that resting in a place like this can be dangerous. Although it does look luckily this time right now, there is no retreating Mitflit, but the question does remain. With their kind of panic screaming, the time they had preparation to set up that trap, has someone gotten to get reinforcements? Have they alerted other Mitflits? So, knowing that the retreat is blocked off, there's now a kobold up there, do you sit here and rest up and potentially trigger more ambushes or more preparation for traps? Because I will say, that trap was set because of the time you spent up in the other room, because one of them did get away. So you need to be careful. You need to be careful in a dungeon in a situation where it's potential that if they're all alerted, they can essentially prepare for you. They can rush you all at one time. So these areas right
Resting-
here can be very dangerous.
Resting right now would be pointless regardless. Gilly is still going to be immune for at least 50 odd minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe 49 or so, depending on how long this short encounter just took.
I think Gilly will be taking out a potion. If like everyone can see it, it's one of the lesser healing potions, so they're the stronger. They're not the minor ones. And yeah, I'll drink it. I think that's a good. Like max healing would be too much, but let's not minute max that much. All right. I'm going to use it.
Alright, medium roll.
And yeah, I heal 12,
Mm-hmm.
which restores Gilly's wounds, and she only looks tired now.
I think you just healed more than when I healed you, really.
That +5 is really is really nice, but it's also 12 gold, so you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's 12 gold down.
You got a 1 HP per gold right there.
All right, yeah. Sometimes, if you get that conversion rate all the time, I think that's really good.
Okay. How confident does everyone feel about those ropes?
Well, I don't think we have another way to cross right now.
Mm.
I don't
Those
want to
rope, those ropes were made for the weight of a midflit. We might just end up, and Gilly looks down, with the other one down there.
You're not wrong.
Anyone has a rope with them? I think we should probably have taken some ropes with us, right? Did we talk about that?
I do have rope
have a
with
rope.
me.
And I also have a grappling hook.
A grappling hook would be useful. We need something to bind the rope to the other side.
Maybe we can use one rope to tie someone to this side so they can be pulled up, and another rope to throw over there to help, and maybe establish another hold so all the weight is not on one rope. You know what I mean? Everyone understands?
I think I follow.
Okay, let's do that. Gilly is very impatient.
I don't think we can jump it.
I wouldn't want to try it personally.
Jumping 15 feet, not that hard, DC 15, but in here, because you can't stand up fully, and it's hard to get an actual like running start with the way the angling is, it'd be relatively hard. I'll probably make it a little bit higher DC if you want to try to straight jump it. But there's enough roots around the ceiling and the walls that getting across seems to be relatively easy, even with the current bridges of rope that were made by the Mitflits.
Who wants to go first?
It was your idea, maybe.
You're the smallest one.
Okay. All right. And Gilly wants to like tie one of the ropes to her, so she has like a safety rope, so they can pull her back up if something happens. While Gilly is a halfling, so she's not that heavy.
Oh.
She is in full plate armor.
One
has
of
a
us will have
shield.
to hold that rope in case you fall.
Yeah. And
Be the idea.
yeah, Gilly wants to balance on all those ropes and try to get over there
All right.
to this part.
Gilly, get about halfway, please.
So like halfway here?
Yeah.
To...
The same where the other Mitflit was when it fell. As you're crossing, you look down and you see this room itself. And this room... Wait 1 second. So you see that this chasm, it does go down about 25 feet. But as you're crossing, Gilly, you hear a bit of clattering. And then you see along the western wall, you see this moving along the wall to the ceiling towards you.
If you say the... Oh God.
And on the ceiling, its mandibles look down at you and goes in for a strike. This centipede, massively large, you can see its body length when it's coiled along the ceiling and crawling along is probably 25 feet in length.
So like that's like 7 meters, something like that? 8 meters?
That is going to be...
5 times...
It's about
Yeah.
about 8 meters.
Yeah. Oh God. How thick is it? Like...
Probably like...
Oh.
Probably about maybe probably like a meter in width. About 3 feet in width. And about 8 meters in length. And it is on the ceiling, and it looks down at you. Now, everyone, again, you have a chance right here. Before I roll initiative, is there anything you can possibly do to try to do anything besides going into combat? Because right now, it looks like to see that Gilly is potentially a very, very juicy meal. And as you see, the centipede is definitely been eating by the size of it.
Short swords that Mitflits are carrying, how short are they? Are they just normal size swords or are they smaller ones?
They're probably a little bit smaller than normal.
So basically they can be used as throwing daggers, perhaps?
No, not that small. No, they're still
Okay.
they're just a little bit smaller than normal short swords, but they're still short swords.
I want to try to fire an arrow at his eye at least.
Okay, that's open combat then. Okay, everyone, go ahead and build me perception. For you, Gilly, I need you to give me athletics.
I have something that I can use, but it's like mainly effective if the thing is targeting me.
Right now, it's targeting the one going across, which is Gilly. So, Gilly, you're on this rope bridge, What do you do?
I will try to move back. Is there enough foothold to stand on these spaces?
Yeah. Now this will be counted as difficult terrain, so until you get back there.
Is it difficult because of roots?
It's difficult because it's a single rope bridge.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, okay.
So essentially, getting here would be 10 feet of movement instead of 5.
Okay. Okay. I think Gilly will not have her shield or sword out. Because it's just, I don't think she'll be climbing
be able
those
to.
ropes.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to in this case.
So there's no sense in trying to. Gilly wants to go back to solid ground. So over here, Gilly wants to get here
Okay.
and hold the line for everyone else.
Be right back. I'm sorry, 1 second.
Okay.
Okay. So this is 10 feet of movement,
Yes.
and then 5 more feet of movement.
Yes.
1 movement action. Oh, probably
Pause.
20 feet.
Yeah. Pause real quick.
Yeah.
Because as you move, the centipede whips its tail around as an attack of opportunity against you.
All right. I won. By one. Caden, Kayleen, be praised.
Alright, so that is going to
Alright.
be 19 without the shield, correct?
This is without the shield. Yeah, shield is off.
Then you are lucky that it just misses you right by your body as it does that. Okay, continue your actions there, Gilly.
Okay, so first action was movement.
Mm-hmm.
Second action is going to taking out the shield into her left hand, then raising the shield.
Okay.
Just to block the movement of the centipede as best as possible, and give myself some sort of advantage in AC against it. But that's it. Just have the shield in my hand, but nothing else.
So this centipede moves forward and sees you, Gilly, and continues to attack against you. So first action, it moves along the ceiling. Second action is going to go ahead and hit you. Now this time with the mandibles of its head. Comes in and does miss. Third action is going to try again. And this time will also miss. And both times you just block it out with your shield. That's actually good you actually got shield because it would have hit in this case if it did not. Going now to you, Rabbit.
It's on the wall, right?
It's on the ceiling. The ceiling and it's 25 feet long. It's on the ceiling and the wall all together.
Would anything like stunt or something make him drop from the ceiling?
Stunned? Potentially. I'll probably have it do a reflex saving throw.
I don't know which cantrip I chose as my chosen cantrip last session. Does anyone remember?
What are your options?
Daze, Forbidding Ward, or Ghost Sound?
I think I remember Daze because you used it and we talked about the stun condition. Daze has a stun on the critical fail, right?
Yeah.
I think it was Daze.
Like moving days.
In that case, as my first 2 actions, I'm gonna cast Daze on him.
Okay. And will fail. Now, unfortunately, it's not a critical fail, so it just gets hit, but it's still on the ceiling. But it does damage. Good, will damage their Revit, and it'll take a bit of that, so it takes 1 damage.
As my last action, I'm just gonna attack it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Do I
because
take
got-
multiple attack penalty here or not?
No, but this will still provide cover because the ceiling is just too low still.
Okay.
So -2 to the roll.
Sorry, because I was gone. There's something on the ceiling?
There's a giant centipede.
Okay, okay. I just thought there's something else.
Giant centipede. What the hell? This is annoying.
And I miss.
That will unfortunately miss. All right. It's now going to go to Vanya. It's on you. You see on the ceiling next to you is this 20-foot long giant centipede that is attacking Gilly as Gilly is blocking with her shield.
Can I reach the ceiling?
Oh, yeah.
The
The ceiling's only about 5 feet high, so it's
Yeah,
definitely
okay. Just wanted to be sure because
Yeah.
ceiling always sounds so high. Okay.
not in this case.
Okay.
Not for these things.
Okay. I think then. Um. I think I would. I'm not sure with using spells, but I think I'm gonna use True Strike.
Okay.
And do a spell strike. Second.
It's nice to see your cursor going up and down and there and like
Yeah, I'm always missing.
Mega Megas must be like hacking into the mainframe on 7.
Oh, that's a lot of dice.
Damn. All right.
That's a lot of damage.
Holy.
It's my
That's a lot of
moment.
Is that the damage?
It gets hit, and it just, you hear it bit roar, and yeah, that striking grass, you see just arcs of electricity splay all over its body, and a couple of the pincers or its legs kind of freeze and lock up. It kind of shifts and almost falls from the ceiling before quickly grabbing back to the ceiling. That was a very good strike there, Vanya.
My first, my time to shine finally.
Well, a 10 out of 12 on that D12 is nice. All right. Vanya, I believe you're finished, and we now go to Arifil. It's on you.
My God.
Okay.
24 damage was that, right?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Megasis, they are pretty much the glass cannon of they do a lot of damage. A lot of damage. But
I'm gonna step and just gonna go for a produce flame against it. So casting that attack. Roll.
Vanya, when you did the tail strike, when you did your spell strike, that does trigger attack of opportunity as well, though. So as you did that, it actually retaliated and hits you. That's one of the drawbacks of spell strike is it does trigger that because of spell casting. So we'll get attack off. Go ahead and do your attack refill, because you did hit. But I'm also gonna do attack against Vanya because of that as well. So Vanya, as you strike it with your blade, its tail comes around and hits you at the same time. So, Vanya, go ahead and take 7 damage. at the same time, Vanya. Never mind, you're good. Alright, Raphael, go ahead and finish your attack. Nice, alright. So, it takes more damage. It is getting relatively hurt. Not quite out of the fight yet, but it is pretty hurt. You have one more action?
No. I did that action and then I used my spell, which is 2 actions.
Okay. Alright, Gilly is on you.
I want to draw my sword. And this has the manipulate action trait, probably. So if I get any sort of attack of opportunity,
It would, if it didn't already do it against Vanya.
beautiful. I like that a lot. Gilly is going to strike with the sword. 1 second. Would intimidation work against
Quick question.
enemy? Yep.
The attack of opportunity they got, would it not have had a minus for multiple attack penalty?
No. So attack opportunities don't trigger any type of multi-attack penalty.
They don't? Okay. Nope. I thought if it was... Okay.
Nope.
Go on, Gil.
Alright, so how does demoralize work against...
So it doesn't speak a language. In this case, you'd be -4. Unless you had an ability to essentially negate that.
Alright, Gilly is going to strike twice with her longsword.
Go for it.
Once on a +9.
That's a hit.
Beautiful. And that does come on.
Nice damage. It gets hit, and it is really, really hurt now. You see it starting to back away and starting to try to retreat now.
Not before I try to hit it again. I want to try and hero point that, just to make sure. I don't seem to be able to right-click it correct. Oh, there it is. Sorry.
Unfortunately not.
Should
Yeah,
not
you have a
have
third
done that.
action. You could get an extra 20.
No, I have 2 actions because first one is taking out the sword.
Gotcha. All right.
I think being this honest is a hero point worthy. Okay.
I expect honesty no matter what. I'm not going to reward honesty. All right.
Should be a given.
But that does end the encounter. It being hit by all these attacks, its survival instinct kicks in, and it quickly rushes back from once it came, and through several openings, and it just escapes out of the area. Leaving all of you there. Now, luckily, for even having this run away, still counts as a success, so you will get a reward for this. All right, XP, I should say. There we go.
We're getting close, right?
Yeah, you are.
I'm keeping a sharp eye on that.
All right. Oh, what do you want to do?
Vanya, how are you holding up?
I've been better. But it would be nice to have a little break. I
Don't
think
have any
probably
more looks.
Vanya has like a wound on the side from the centipede attack.
Do we have any more potions? Anything like that? I have a big one here, and Gilly shows like a lesser healing potion. You think it's? Does
Worst case
anyone have?
scenario, I can magically heal here, but I am going to be limited on my spells.
Wouldn't treat wounds be the best option in this case?
10 minutes.
True.
Just do it, yeah.
So we don't know. We haven't seen any midflayers coming across that chasm towards you. So it does beg the question to all of you: are they preparing? Do they even know? We had no one escape from our current fights right now. Did they hear the fight with the centipede? Is it a normal noise? So it's a unknown answer to a question you need to ask. Do we take 10 minutes and risk it? Are we going to be safe? Are we okay? Do we waste potions? What do you think?
I could probably go to the other side and stealth my way around to see if they are preparing for us or not.
But that
That help
could
us
be
in this
risky.
case. It would be risky, but it can buy us a few minutes for healing, probably.
Now, do keep in mind, Rabbit, if you go across yourself and you are seen while everyone else is on the other side, that can be potentially lethal. But it would be a good way to scout. I mean, you have to decide how you want to play that out.
I think in here, surrounded by enemies, not even midflits, just giant centipedes. We should stick together. Vanya, can you continue on, or do you think it might?
I, as a player, don't know. Really, if you do, if you really will do the healing on me, I think you could take the chance and meditate a bit for your focus.
Yeah, this would be a very, very good time to have potions during this type of moments.
Yeah. Does anyone else have some sort of small potion?
I don't have any potions on me.
Used an elixir of life on that kobold. That is
On that
maybe
ungrateful.
making its way out.
If we
Son
want
of-
more of them, I think Orville should make them, if he can in this point.
All right, Vanya. If you want to take your time, we can take our time and hope nothing bad will happen. But we'll deal with it when we come to it. I think we should somehow stick together, Rabbit. It seems so dangerous. Just if you go over there, who's or if you who's behind you?
So, Mick C, it is blocked.
Took him long enough.
It is.
Mick tried to crawl away, tried to make tunnel. Mick can't do that. Not now. Not with no tools. You heal Mick. Mick no now. Mick want to leave? Can Mick follow you?
You're welcome to stay with us for as long as you want.
Mitmit is getting the stink eye from Gilly. But Gilly doesn't do nothing. Just stays
Raphael
back.
is like very alert now that Mick has snuck up on them.
You see him go to one of the side areas of this little room where there's a couple of like trash heaps piles, and he pulls out a crossbow. Mick, get ready, and clicks and gets a crossbow ready.
I think let's continue on. I will make it somehow.
Okay. If it gets dicey out there, I'll heal you on the spot.
Thank you.
Can you climb? Gilly asks. Asks the kobold, but Vanya answered.
So.
What was Vanya say?
No.
Okay. Well, sorry, Vanya. I meant the kobold. Can you climb?
Mick. Name Mick.
Mick.
Mick
Can you
can
climb?
Claw, climb.
Good. Okay, we'll be try to go over
Crossbow.
there.
Crossbow, climb, no. Climb, yes.
Yeah.
Crossbow, yes. Crossbow, climb, no.
No. Come with us.
I
Mick
can
is.
just imagine.
What'd you
I
say,
can just
Rabbit?
imagine him climbing. I can just imagine this Mick just climbing down instead of over.
Down and up again. It's so easy. Okay. Oh, okay. There is a giant insect there. It's almost dead. We almost killed it.
We don't need
Really
to kill
wanted
it.
to.
It might have other tunnels that it's escaped into.
You watch
Okay.
as Mick, same suit scale kobold. The crossbow loaded, looks at the mitflits that are down on the ground, sees one, goes, eh, and fires a crossbow into the eye of one of the mitflits on the ground. And then grabs it and starts stabbing the other one with the bolt.
Okay, let's get a move on.
Yeah.
Takes the crossbow bolt, puts it back on the crossbow, dripping blood. Kobold,
Phil is not having any of that.
suit scale hate gremlins.
Or if you'll happily cross fists to like just stay away from Mick.
That is a way to take revenge, I guess.
What's the plan? Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Give me
Yep.
a athletics check, Raphael, as you start to cross.
I tie like a bit of rope to myself and then like
Yeah.
toss it back to one of the others.
Okay.
Gilly will take it off and put it on the Orifio. Help them.
Now, as mentioned, you have many strings, many ropes across. You got a lot of roots, so it's not that hard. But there's always that small potential that things can go bad.
I am untrained in athletics, so don't tell me it's not hard. I can prove you wrong.
You've got
God.
a 20% chance to fail. Okay, you got +1. You got the +1. You're about halfway, Raphael, and your foot slips. You quickly grab it back. Gilly's probably like holding the rope just in case you do fall at 20 feet, and then you're able to make it across the other side.
Somehow? What?
20% chance of failing here.
Who
Who's
wants
next?
to go next?
After you guys.
Oh my gosh.
Orifio,
Question: Would I be able to see here?
So it goes, so it's just like the other room. It goes down. You got the cavern, and then it goes up. So you can, if you start to go up right now, all you can see is essentially the other side, and that's it. And the two inclines.
Okay. I'm just asking because I don't know if there's a wall or something, but I can't.
There is, because it is to
My
block out the
vision is
vision.
weird. Okay, got it.
I'll do this to make it a little easier. You do it this one. There you go. So if you want to move past that line, you'll actually be visible within the next cavern.
Okay, gotcha.
All right. He's crossed the next.
I think Gilly was about to speak up at like right after Raphael made it.
Yeah. Gilly said, toss the rope so we can tie to Vanya. She wants to go next.
Yep. Just
I guess Vanya's gone.
dealing with the adrenaline, and
Wait, no.
Raphael tosses the rope back.
Come here, Vanya. Let's put this
No.
on you.
Manya just lifts the arms.
If you fall, Rabbit and I can can catch you with the rope.
Oh,
As you look down, you see many small baby centipedes crawling around.
oh, that's kind of cute.
You see the dead kobold, or the dead midfoot that fell earlier, is being eaten by the small centipedes now.
Oh, most fascinating what they do to each other.
Just don't look down. Eyes on me. Eyes on me. Up here. Up here. Do not look down.
It's kind of hypnotizing what's happening down
No,
there.
no, no. Do not look at the bugs. Do not look at the bugs. Keep your eyes on me.
She seems to like it. Maybe it's a good idea to let her look. Anyway,
It calms her.
It is kind of cute.
she seems much more relaxed.
Guess it's the
Rabbit.
cycle of life.
Keep the rope taut. If anything happens, we have to heave. All right, Vanya, go ahead.
All right.
Why not give me an athletics roll?
Look down, keep calm.
Okay.
Low DC. All right.
Okay.
You make it halfway when you hear a bit of noise from the other side. A bit of movement, but then nothing. You get across. Who's next?
Well, Gilly, your turn.
Okay, you good? You good?
I think so.
The kobold
After long
goes to move
pause.
across.
Probably just in the routine, Gilly will tie to.
What is the strategy here?
Okay, the scout just goes over there. The kobold just goes over. Mick just goes over there, and Gilly's like standing with the. Okay, by myself.
Hey there. You were quick.
Do you want a snack?
I want to kill
Hungry?
gremlins. Eat them. Tear out their eyeballs and chew the eyeballs.
That's your diet.
See? He goes to his pouch and pulls out literally about a half dozen midfoot eyeballs.
Okay.
Orville just willingly throws himself in the hole.
Screw this. Alright, Gilly, go ahead and roll me athletics.
All right. Skill, athletics. Let's go.
Alright, Gilly. You get across, leaving just to go in this crowded space. Rabbit.
Oh,
Whoa. Go back there.
we. Yeah, I saw nothing.
Nothing.
And Rabbit right now has the rope, and Rabbit cannot tie the rope to himself, and Gilly will hold it on this side. Just for the natural ones in our life.
Sounds reasonable. And I tie the rope around my middle. Before stepping on the rope, at least.
Rabbit, you're about halfway across when enough tension has been put on the rope and it rips free. And you now fall. Now you're connected. Did you tie yourself off to a rope?
I tied myself around the middle, yeah.
Okay. So as the rope you're on snaps and you do fall, quickly Gilly grabs to keep hold. Gilly, give me a athletics check at +2 because of all the roots to actually kind of give yourself a brace to hold on to Rabbit. Or to have you not go into the hole with Rabbit. Okay, so you brace yourself, and then you see the rope bridge break, and you brace for the taunt to occur, and you're able to grab Rabbit as he swings against the side, and then quickly pull Rabbit up.
Whoa. And, yeah.
We are treading a path of no return.
Let's go. Where's the kobold?
He's actually just over on this map. Now, because of this incline that does go to the next room, if you want to try to do a little bit of stealthing here, you can if you want to, Rabbit or anyone else.
It
I'm
sounds
gonna try to
wise.
stealth then.
All right.
Yeah, same. I would also like to stealth.
All right.
I will also, just in case, but
All right. So everyone will be
is
stealthing.
it... Okay.
We went to the next room. Well, at least
Gilly will know.
for Riffiel, as well as Vanya, as well as Rabbit. Now, what are you wanted to do, Gilly?
Gilly will stay back, keep not just one eye out, 2 eyes and both ears, just if there's anything coming back from that creepy chasm.
Okay.
Since I have quiet allies, we can move as a group and have the lowest of us throw instead of all of us.
Okay. We will go ahead and do that. Sorry, I was doing some stuff, Gilly. What do you want to do? Moving through here?
Stay back.
Okay.
Just be like the back guard.
Okay. So in this case, Vanya, Rabbit, and Riffiel, you three are going to move forward to kind of sneak and see into this place, a bit of scouting, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. All right, interesting. Okay. So let's see. Let's go ahead and roll. Let's see which one of you has the lowest. So it's going to be Riffiel. Okay. So as the three of you sneak forward, I'm going to go ahead and remove this block. And you're going to be able to see into a room. In the center of this room, there stands a rickety table held together by twine. And covering the table is filthy checkmark tablecloth and heaps of mounds of dirt, twigs, and gravel that apparently arranged to form what looks like a map, as you can kind of see from the side. At the can't quite see the details of the map itself, but you see that there is a bulging burlap sack that sits under the table. Now, what you do see inside the room, though, is, well, this. And then we're going to see if any of them see you. You see 4 mitflits, as well as something that does stand out. And that is this fantastic looking guy right here. You see a very, very large, what looks like a tick, but riding on top of that tick is this figure I'm about to put in chat for you. And they are
he looks
all
old.
looking at this table that has what looks like a bit of a map made of various designs. Now, as the group of you sneak forward, kind of just peek your heads over, I'm going to roll now for Riffiel to see, as he's the one with the lowest stealth roll, if you are able to remain stealthy. And that is going to be a... Let's see... Does anyone see?
I imagine they'd be on alert, given we were fighting the centipede. Just the next room over.
They were not. They were not alert. But when y'all peeking over, for you, Riffiel, you see the positioning of this larger mitflit and its giant tick mount. They both look in your direction and go, "Intruders!" And they see you. The kobold goes, "Kill the mitflits!" and rushes forward with his crossbow.
No.
All right. Now,
Okay.
everyone except for Riffiel, go ahead and roll me stealth rolls. Gilly, go ahead and roll me perception. Riffiel already rolled for you, and yours was a 17.
Okay.
So I want Rabbit and Vanya to go ahead and roll me stealth for their initiative. Gilly, go ahead and roll me perception. I'll roll perception for the Kobold Scout, which rolls a really damn good roll. And then
Oh boy.
the rest of them are going. All right. So the start of this battle, where this thing saw you, Raphael. So what this does mean is that for the roles of Vanya, they have no idea you're there. They can't target you. For Gilly, you're just down there, so they can't see you as well. And for Rabbit, they can't see you because of that role. So with that being said, immediately the Kobold Scout, Micmic, runs forward, drops a crossbow, and aims a shot at the nearest Mitflit.
We're going to lose them, aren't we?
Probably.
Oh, he'll.
He's on
Micmic
1
will live
HP.
forever until level 20. Come on.
If he
Or
survives
our-
up to level 20, do we get another wish spell?
I think we use our wish spell to get
to
back.
get him back. Oh no.
If he survives the level 20, he
Bring
turns
back-
into a dragon.
We get a hero point after this battle if he survives.
Let me fire the crossbow, you stupid module. Okay. How do I fire a crossbow here? Alright, apparently this module does not like NPCs firing stuff, so that is really annoying, so I'm just going to go ahead and roll a d20. So, 1d20, and its bonus is going to be plus 9, which is going to be a, well, that's a 27, so, or, 28, which is going to be a critical hit. So he fires that and is going to do 20 damage, and it just goes through that Mitflit's head and just dies on the ground. It
Wow.
goes down and reloads the crossbow. It fires another shot at the next nearest one. Mick, kill you all! And we'll also hit with that one.
He's a monster.
And we'll kill that Mitflit as well.
Oh my god!
Kobold is a hero now.
Okay.
This kobold will get
Um.
all the glimpses of redemption I can give.
This Mitflit here.
Sorry, Vanya.
Cut. So first action, grabs a dart, throws a dart at the nearest target, which is not Vanya. You can't see Vanya. So for you, Raphael.
Mhm.
Incoming dart towards you, and it is going to
Oh,
be a natural 20.
Hello.
All right. So going to take 4 damage. Not that bad, Raphael, but the critical hit though. It's a leg wound. When they can see your head. We're going to go with it. So you take a -5 speed until healed.
That's fine. That's fine.
At the very least, it's not a knockback.
I've still got 25 feet.
He's
fine.
not even that was a knockback.
Just
Oh my god, it was knockback. I just tumble down into the pit of centipedes.
It grabs its short sword and it's done. Gilly, you can go.
I would say I have the shield and the longsword out, right?
Yeah, as they're sticking forward, by
Yeah.
all means.
Then I will. I think Gilly will just move through, through all these tall people who are crouching down, and I can only move 20 feet here. Oh, whoops! I did not want that. Well, I think Gilly will go next to this. And attack once. Just one strike. Oh, God.
Oh, well. As you swing that fumble on a slashing weapon. So, You're thrown off balance until the end of your next turn. You get -2 to your attack rolls.
Nice. Gilly is going to just, with that misguided maneuver, she will put up her shield. Just stay defensive. Keep everything together, and raise shield. That effect on myself. Let's go.
Fine, it's on you. You watch as Gilly ran forward. Yeah, and essentially tripped on a root and overswung, and then went back, raised with the shield, off balance.
Nice acting there, George.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I try to explore the space.
Bonnet, you dart around. What do you want to do?
I would like to first strike.
Go for it. That will hit. That's a critical hit. So that did a total of, 25 damage.
My God.
And
okay.
dies completely.
Yeah, that's my turn.
This is massive damage, right?
Yeah, it completely died. Yeah, you went
So for
back and
once,
just
like
Where
the-
that came
through the
from.
head of the Mitflit.
So for once, like the puddle of blood that's left of it is now realistic. Like that's
Yeah.
just. Oh God.
Okay.
So for future clarification, Vanya, I didn't mention this at the time, but you actually would have had +2. If you start the round of combat when you are stealthy to everyone else, you get +2 because they're essentially flat-footed to you.
Wait, I think I didn't understand that. Could you explain that again?
You would have had +2 to the attack roll because you started the round hidden from all of them.
Okay.
I just noticed that the tick has the name Tickleback.
Yep.
Yep.
Anyway, moving here. Let's target Tickleback.
You're just a large, giant tick. That's all. Ooh, produce flame. So bolt of fire roars out, hitting Tickleback in the side. Let's see if it has any resistances. It does not look like it does, so it takes, 8 damage.
Rolling good on the fire damage today.
Right, and that was 2 actions, I believe. Yep, so it now goes to...
Yep.
It goes to... Actually, technically, Tickleback doesn't have its own initiative. It goes with Rabble, so we'll make this... The participant...
Yeah, will
make
Tickleback
it-
move immediately after Grabbles, technically?
Yeah, it moves with Grabbles.
With Grabbles.
Yeah. Because Grabbles is actually controlling it. So, Grabbles spends 1 action to move the Tickleback with himself forward. Oh, not that. Damn it. Damn it! Too many things going on here. Alright, he moves here. He moves here. And Tickleback gets there and is going to go ahead and use 1 action to have Tickleback attack you, Raphael.
Yep.
Because you heard it.
Yep.
So it's hypostomy. Darts forward, hits you, and is going to roll a hit. On top of that, give
Reaction.
me a fortitude saving throw. What you got there?
Okay.
What you got there, Gilly?
I have a glimpse of redemption that
Activate it.
this. Oh wait a second. The glimpse of redemption. If there is any damage incoming, this either. Yeah.
Alright.
Paul has
there-
enough experience with it.
Yes, I do. Because
Yeah.
Robin does it all the fucking time in my other game. So I know that spell, I know that ability very, very well. Because that ability fucking sucks, but it's great. But it sucks as a DM, but it's great for players. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do the full thing where you block all the damage and it's fine. And we're now going to head and go to Grabbles, and then use 2 actions to attack. For some reason, I have the foot here is dead. That's right. Okay, so move him out of the way. All right, so he's attacking you, Raphael.
Yep.
So this Midfoot comes forward. You see he has a trident in his hand and goes, "First kobolds and now you? Die, you stupid pointy ears!" and just stabs you with the trident. And will just barely hit. Alright. 8 damage, Raphael.
I wish I. Next time, I'm not going to do the glimpse on the animal.
And he goes in for a second strike.
That's gonna be a hit.
And it's going to hit Raphael. And this time for 9 damage. I think Raphael goes down.
Yep.
So the second strike gets Raphael in the belly and causes it to go into, and then Grabbles just continues the momentum and just drives Raphael into the ground.
Oh.
Now, Rabbit, it's on you.
Does Grabbles have cover right now or not?
No.
In that case, I'm gonna target him. Use Hunt Prey. And then Hunter's Aim.
Okay.
But I get attack from Hunter's Aim, so...
Yep. It's all 3 actions. Go for it. And it is gonna be a hit on Grabbles. Did you click your abilities?
Yeah, I did.
Then why did it only do 1 die of damage? Was that correct? Okay, never mind.
No idea.
Should it did 1 extra?
I believe so. Give me one. I'm looking it up. It should also deal 1d8 of additional precision damage.
Yeah, I don't try to do it. Go on me D8 real quick. I'll take, nice. Alright, I'll take an extra 8 damage right there. Alright, fantastic. I believe that is done. We now go to the Midflit. It is in between... Ah, man, that Midflit is dead. What am I talking about? Get out of here.
Just a puddle.
Alright, the Kobold Scout, it now reloads a crossbow. It aims at, well, Grabbles. First attack incoming. This stupid ass module won't let me attack for some reason. So let's see. 1d20 is +9 and it's gonna be a... Oh shit, this Kobold's gonna be a damn hero.
Oh my god!
Mick Beck's gonna be a damn hero. And this was a 1 on the damage roll.
Still 10
Still.
damage.
Alright, so reload it. Fire is going to reload and it is now done. The Midflip right here is going to now rush towards Gilly and attack... Actually, not Gilly. Let's attack Vanya. Because Vanya looks a little less protected, a little less armored up. It's going to use that to its advantage. So it moves forward and attacks you. First strike against you. Vanya is going to go ahead and get a... almost a crit. Not quite. It goes over a second strike on the backstroke of the weapon. It is going to miss as well. Alright. Gillet, it's on you.
Going at that midflit on the tick, Gilly is, as her first action, going to shout at it. You are the topping on a terrible day. Go and die. And I'll try to demoralize.
Alright.
Intimidation. that good, but I could re-roll it.
Success! It'll be Frighten 1.
All right, and first thing is going to be. Oh, right, I have a -2. Is it No, it's still for this round. Gilly is a bit wonky on her feet, right?
Yeah. At the end of this round, it'll go away.
Okay, so Gilly will try to attack.
We'll miss.
And just trying really hard, Gilly will try to get this mid-flit away from, or just avenge a refuel.
It's a critical miss.
Oh boy.
That's
Yeah,
actually-
that's-
But can you use halfling luck or something? Or
Halfling luck not for attack rolls.
Okay.
Yeah, those were 3 actions: demoralize, attack,
Gotcha, 2
attack.
attacks. All right. Fine. It's
But
on you.
I do have the reaction now again.
Hmm. One question, Paul.
Yes.
Who did Mick attack? Was it the one on top of the tick, or was
Yeah.
it the one in front of me?
The one on
Okay.
top of the tick. If actually would have rolled more than a 1, might have did a lot more damage.
Well, I think.
And the one on top of the tick is in the same space as the tick, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not sure as a player, should I rather attack, let's say the boss, or should I attack his friend here?
You see the boss. This thing looks devilishly wicked, and it sees that Arifiel's on the ground bleeding, and it's still not moved away from Arifiel.
Okay. Thank you, Paul. Guess I will use Dimensional Assault and move here. And with Dimensional Assault, I get a Spell Strike back and attack the tick. I think I will attack the tick.
With Dimensional Assault, you get a strike, right? Like,
Yes,
there's...
It's
I
movement
recharge
and
my Spell
attack.
Strike.
Yep.
No, I mean, like, teleport to any square in range that's within reach of a target creature, then make a melee strike against
Yeah.
one
You get an attack with
creature within your reach.
Special
Oh,
assault.
I didn't know.
But you get the multiple attack penalty for your spell strike.
Yes.
Like, there's that problem there.
What is the multiple attack?
It would be essentially
So-
the -5 or 4 based on your type of weapon. So this attack would be... So essentially you probably want to do this afterwards, or just not attack with this. Because you probably want to have your full bonus with your spell strike.
I think I will still use it though. And I will Spell Strike. I will not use the extra attack.
Okay.
But I'm thinking, I have a pass read with which I can. Sorry, George, can you mute yourself? I can hear me. I can hear myself. Thank you. Okay, so I have expansive spell strike, which means I can use multiple target. No, not cones. I can use cones in my spell strike. So I think I would like to use that so I can also attack the other one.
If you're doing a
Let's get this
cone,
straight.
you might hit Rifiel.
Oh yeah. Okay. I think thank you so much for telling me.
If you use a line...
Doesn't it change to only affect the target, like the single target?
What do you mean?
I don't know the errata on that.
Like, no, not errata, but doesn't the feat make it so you can use like, or spells that would ordinarily target multiple creatures, but does it change it to target a single creature when you spell
I
strike
think
it?
it's the third one. If the spell
I'm looking
lets
at that
you
right now.
select a number of targets.
And if you
But
think
like-
a
about
cone
it,
is what you
it's
select.
not
A
a
cone just does
cone.
area effect damage.
It's a foot line. And if I place the line like this, it wouldn't hit a reveal.
That's true.
But would it hit the
Well, it's actually,
one on
let's
top?
see. Let's just draw it out.
Let's try it out.
Yeah, it wouldn't hit a refill.
Okay. Well, I think I will use Scatter Scree then.
Okay, fantastic. Let's see. All right, so they're gonna go ahead and do a reflex saving throw. That is gonna do 2 damage. On top of that, they're both gonna go ahead and do that saving throw. Both succeed, and they're gonna take half damage. Go ahead and click on the damage roll there, Vanya.
Better than nothing.
No, not that. No, not that. -3. This one's gonna take -2. Okay. Vanya, you finished?
Yes. Thank you.
All right. Urfeel, first
Alright.
death saving throw.
Alright, how does this go? Let's see.
So, you'll see at the top of your character sheet, you'll see a button that says to the left of dying. You're dying 1. So go ahead and click on that little D20 symbol to the left of dying on the character sheet at the very top left of the character sheet.
The recovery check?
Mm-hmm. If you get a 10 or less, it's going to go down by 1. You're not dying 2. If you get to dying 4, you die. Now, it's Foot's turn. Grabbles. First action, it orders Tickleback to actually attack you. And what it's going to try to drain your blood.
Yep.
If I get a critical hit here, you do die.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. So it hits you, and with that, it actually now punctures its thing into you. You take automatic damage, and it's because you go dying 3. If you fail a check, if you're not healed, you will die. It's going to go ahead at this point use its ability. George is doing his thing. All right. So we'll see how much damage it does. All right. So either way, George is able to block it, so you don't get hit by the thing. So you're fine.
Of all the
Nice.
moments where my microphone went out, this was one of the worst moments.
I know what you're doing, George. You're fine.
Say,
Yeah, no, you're blocking it. It's fine. Grapbles
Okay.
is now going to attack you, Gilly, because you're doing this.
gladly.
Trident onto you. Will be a hit. So for you, Gilly, go ahead and take 6 damage. It's going to go for a second strike against you, Gilly. And we'll miss. And then third action is going to dismount and move back here. Rabbit, it's on you.
All right. Since I still have my hunt prey on Grabbles, I'm gonna try to attack it.
Go for it.
Can you hear me?
I can now.
I had some problems. Didn't Grabbles use one action to command animal?
Oh, yeah, so he stalks you there.
Okay.
Thank you.
Still dismount, right?
No, he's still there.
I'm gonna use Hunter's Aim for it. to get a bonus on my aiming.
That will
That's
hit.
a hit. And it still doesn't do the D8.
I forgot it's a bug summer. Roll me D8 real quickly there, Robin. Alright, we'll take another 4 damage. It is really hurt now.
And with my last action, I'm gonna just fire again. Not Hunter's Aim in this case.
That will hit.
That's a hit.
And you send an arrow through his head. When? Do you have last action, Brevet?
That was my third action.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at this point, should have actually did that. Comment shouldn't be over. We're still gonna go in order. So they all. So Grabbles falls to the ground dead with a couple arrows sticking out of him. The Bitflake goes no and rushes away. Flee! Flee! And they all just kind of scream. Ratchet the Tick also rushes away from this battle. Now, we are technically still in order because Riffiel does have dying too. So it goes back to the top of the round. Riffiel is going to be just before Revit. So between Gilly and Vanya, Gilly, I can which one of you goes first? I think Vanya. Vanya, go first. Take your action.
Before that, Mick would chase them, I imagine.
Say that
true.
again.
He probably does.
Oh,
Come back here! Just fire up crossbows.
Oh my God, yes.
The hero here. Wow. I think in the initiative order, Gilly was for Vanya.
I think so too.
Okay, Gilly, go.
And Gilly will drop the sword for a free action, drop everything, take out a healing potion, and just feed. No, this one's not chunky. Just take the potion and put it to Orifield's lips. And let it flow.
Okay, in that case, go ahead and pill it, and Riffle will get rid of the condition. Riffle, go ahead and heal 15 health.
God, Orifiel, are you?
HP, the XP amount is ridiculous.
No.
That was a nasty blow to my stomach. Ah.
Oh God, is it working? I'm never sure with these things.
Yeah, magical healing. I'm fine.
Okay.
I thought you were gone.
Luck is on my side still. I still have you guys. And you've avenged me. Just Orifia looks to the side and sees the dead guy.
Yeah, but your last shot was really good. It just saved Orifield's life, I think.
Where's the bug?
It ran away.
Mick is chasing it down.
Okay.
God. Should we? Oh God, I'm just glad. I'll have a look. Everyone, take care of Riffiel, and Gilly will look if she can see anything of Mick.
That person
You
actually.
just hear crossbow bolts being fired every now and then, and all groans are going, "Flee! Flee! Our leader's dead! Flee!" And just like everyone's escaping this place now.
I think that person mostly did the trick, Gilly.
Oh, I'm really glad. It looks like we're fine. Is everyone else all right? I just hovered over Vanya and it said dead because there's a
Yeah, no, it's the
Oh no!
something happened. Oh no.
All right. If you double click the spider spots, you should be able to loot them, and I recommend you do that here in this room.
This guy had an old Sharptooth statue. Is this the statue that we were looking for?
That it is.
probably.
And this guy was also rich apparently, because I found a lot of gold.
Oh.
That what's in the Balix sack.
Yeah.
Not only that, but I think I can give you all 4 damn XP. Everyone, reset your XP down to 0 and take level 3. And I think we'll end early here to do the level up process.
All right.
Oh.
Look how this is done. All right. So
I've only been streaming for 2 hours. Dang, that's actually kind of
0,
low.
level 3.
Honestly, I was so scared. That felt really close.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask this question real quickly before we continue. We actually still have a bit of time to go. Would we want to, in the case of gaining a level, do we want to level up immediately or after the session?
Well, I'm not sure how it's with the others, but I already pre-planned, so I already know what to do with level 3. So for me, I could do a level up and continue playing.
What about you,
Be
Robin
ready in-
and Andrew?
I haven't pre-planned, but I think we can take a small break and then continue depending on how long
Okay.
it will take us.
Yeah, I would just need 5 minutes. Let me launch off
Let's do this.
Path Builder, and then I
Just
can.
activate the break time, and then when you're done leveling up, we'll go ahead and continue.
I
to stream in. All right. All right, level 3, fantastic. You're in this room of a bunch of little dead bodies. Now, you have one more passageway that does go a little bit to the southeast right here, but you're still hearing the front of the crossbow and going, I'm gonna kill you all! Your grandma's gonna die! And you just hear that just echoing throughout this place. Rabbit, did you get your ability set up for inner fire? I saw you were kind of working on that when I was talking to Andrew.
Yep, I've got it set up, and even a little bit of fluff if I can add it.
Yeah, you can.
As we level up, you just see Revit just looking weirdly at his arm, and you notice nothing, but after looking a little bit closer, you can see from his shoulder or from his head, just over his face and through his shoulder to his hand, and you suddenly see a blue flame just appearing in his hand. And I just try firing it at a wall, and just it shoots against the wall and just blasts a little part out of it. Well, I guess I can shoot fireballs now.
Someone roll me a d20 real quick.
Makes 2 of us.
Okay. You see it start to catch on fire, start to spread, and then kind of burns itself out.
Just watch where you aim that thing. Should we get Mick?
Do magic
Yeah.
here.
I think Mick can take care
Gilly,
of
you
it.
just missed it as you went out there for a moment, but Refuel just like, should we get Mick? It's like glancing down the tunnel.
Yeah. Gilly is still a bit distracted by her being surrounded by people who can do magic, and she just running around trying to hit stuff with a sword. Like, yeah, let's get him. Probably,
Mick
right?
seems really capable, I think.
Yeah, anger does that to you sometimes. But I don't think it's sustainable. That cobalt will burn itself out, pardon the pun.
We'll find out. Refuel just picking themselves up.
You take my hand.
Thank you. Takes Vanya's hand. Let's get a move on.
Who of us is carrying or gonna carry the gold we found in this burlap sack?
You can take it.
How much is in there?
It's 22 gold in total.
Goodness.
Nice.
I don't mind if you want to take it for now, and we'll divvy it up later.
All right.
On our way back, let's get everything from here. I think.
Should I carry the little statuette?
Yes. You brought the moon red. They love you. They really love you.
For some reason.
What's the plan of action, everyone?
can we put some stuff into the party donkey, or
Not right
do
now.
we have to? Not right now.
You're nowhere near the
Alright.
donkey at the moment.
I cannot carry anything. I'm encumbered.
I'm almost encumbered to take a short sword, many short swords, but apart from that, and probably some darts. Apart from that, Gilly will not be able to take the trident or anything.
I'll take the trident since it's worth more than the short swords.
All right, take the short swords.
Let's make a move. You coming, Gilly?
Yeah, 1 second. Gilly takes another short sword. This will
Okay,
pay for the
reflection.
other people.
Mick, can you hear me?
Get no response.
I hope he's still alive.
We'll find out.
Mick, are you here?
Are there any corpses that we go by, or?
So as you go into the next room, you see that there's a lot of just kind of junk. You see haphazardly thrown about are broken beds, chairs that are also broken, wagon wheels, an assortment of essentially dingy objects, tattered objects. A lot of refuse has been thrown here. You see 2 Mitflits on the ground, dead. You don't see any sign of Micmec, and you see that there is what looks like a bookshelf along one of the walls, and there's just a bunch of books that are laying on the ground. There's a crossbow bolt that went through one of the books, and you see there's a bit of a blood trail of the gremlin's blood that does go up into the next, essentially, the eastern part of the room above you.
Did Olivia just DC?
Oh,
Yeah, out of here she did.
I can-
just to the game. But
Oh,
can you guys
okay.
hear me? So?
Yeah, I can hear you at least.
Okay, that's weird. But I often DC in Foundry. I think I'm back.
Yeah, you're back. Everyone's back now.
Okay. Can I check out the book?
It's a lot of just miscellaneous books of really nothing of, I would say, your type of interest. You have some books about how to farm in a type of terrain where it's all been blackened by war. Another book is like a child's book that has a bunch of pictures. You find another erotica book that has a bunch of pictures drawn by someone who's not really that good in skill. You find other books that are about the detailed legal paperwork from Corvosa. And it's all just like books they've taken from their looting and just put on one bookshelf, and they're just kind of like looking at it. You see some are ripped out, some are used as toilet paper, and are just in general used as nothing of really good reading.
Can I take the book that is about farming in a area where that's been blackened by war?
Sure.
I think Vanya just read them all out loud. Like everyone knows what kind of books she found.
Like the titles.
Yeah, just read the title.
Let's find out. Gilly, tell me what the title is in the books in the pile.
Say again, sorry?
Tell me the title of one of the books in the pile.
On the most efficacious use of diplomacy in Corvosan politics, an investigation. Like the old-timey, really long book titles where it's like they're on the most.
All right. Reveal. Give me a book title.
Um, Farming in Deadlands.
What was it?
Farming in Deadlands.
So there are 2 books of that nature.
Mm.
Rabbit. Give me a book title.
The best use of kobolds in medication and magic.
The best use of kobolds in medication? Like, they cut them apart and put them in stews?
Perhaps, I don't know. I just see the title of the book, I haven't read it.
Apparently it's made by some... Alright, so there's a best use of kobolds in medication. Okay.
And magic.
And magic. Interesting. And for you, Vanya, give me a book title.
Snails! Exclamation mark. Everything to cook with snails.
It's like a hip book.
You
Snails.
see, there are recipes in the snail book that, if a Riffio is curious about, can learn.
I'll take a read for it.
Riffio, write down an inventory. Snails! Exclamation. How to cook with snails. And we'll make a custom cooking recipe for this book.
Let's see.
Actual history, I think there's evidence of like snail farms in very early human settlements because they were very easy to keep. You just made a little moat around their area and they just ate something and you have very meaty snails.
They really make a lot of eggs too. And they reproduce really fast.
Really easy
Not
to
that
farm.
I'm saying we should eat the eggs. That's not, you know.
Alright. Do you all climb up to the next level?
Well, let's move on. We got 1 kobold to find.
Gilly will take the diplomacy book,
Okay. Note that down.
just sneakily.
As all of you are climb up to the next chamber where you realize this is the part where that tunnel from the entrance from the roots and from the sycamore tree lead to. You see a room itself. And this room is essentially a hatchery. There are what looks like 6 very, very large mounds that are a mix of compost and dung. And you see there are eggs that are placed down in the middle of it. And the stream of water does flow from some small stream nearby, does flow into this room. And these are essentially centipede eggs.
Can
We
I?
should probably kill them or destroy them some way.
Agreed. But, Paul, can I just snatch one?
Okay. With the inventory, you have a centipede egg.
Can I? Would be an appropriate skill here. Recall knowledge. I suppose nature. What conditions these would need to hatch, if any, or if this is just going to be time-based.
What is your nature?
Plus 8.
So what you suspect is that they need a place that is going to be moist and a little bit warm. The current conditions right now. It's probably hatch in about a week.
Is Vanya like stealthy about like snatching one, or
Well,
very
she's,
obvious
she's
about
trying to
it?
be stealthy, but I think, as this is kind of the social situation for her, and he really is not good at being deceptive, I think if you looked at her at the moment, you might have seen that. She
Well,
just
let's find out. Let's not if anyone's just paying attention when Vanya does this. So I'm going to go ahead and roll it quickly for Vanya's stealth. Just against everyone's stat perception. We'll see what happens.
How does it work? Should I also roll stealth?
Nope.
Static
I rolled the
perception,
stealth.
like perception DCs. Would that be like 10 plus perception?
Yep, it's your 10 plus your perception. In this case, Vanya, no one sees you take the egg. It was just good timing. It wasn't you really being stealthy. It's just they were looking around when you took one, put it in your pocket. They turned around and yours already gone. So they just didn't know he took one. George can't hear you. That sucks. That sucks.
But it will be over next week.
I'm sorry about that.
You gotta bring a computer with you next time, George.
I have a computer with me. Just
No, your desktop. Like take everything with you.
yeah.
Drag container.
In the train.
Or if you're just like examining them, like. I wonder if we could use these for cooking.
I mean, you could probably definitely try. Don't know how good it's gonna be. I mean, they do have venom inside them. I mean, when they're grown, so they're probably gonna be a bit bitter.
Do I get that from the knowledge check though?
Yeah, I mean, they're poisonous, so they'll probably eventually have poison. But I'd imagine they have probably like, maybe a little small traces of the glands. So one probably wouldn't be enough to damage you or hurt you, but they'll probably be bitter, I imagine.
Why would you cook something like that?
You cook chicken eggs.
Chickens are poisonous.
Would be.
Yeah, you are not a NPC in the conversation.
But I would say it is our intuition. Like we feel it. The moment we said it, we just felt, yeah, they're not poisonous.
Do chickens actually exist in this world?
Oh my god.
Yes, they do. Mundane
We
animals.
know what chicken eggs are, at least.
I would be so sad if chicken didn't exist. I think they look like a little cute. They're just too pretty to eat.
You have a strange definition of pretty. I'll leave these alone for now. Making a mental note that if we ever need centipede eggs, there seems to be a breeding ground or a hive of some sort. Would you even call that a hive?
Did the Midflits cultivate them? Are they their friends?
I have no idea.
Neither do I. I've never seen centipede eggs, so I don't know how they would ever look in a natural condition.
Oh, that was uncanny.
I'm scared. The wall morphed into something different.
They tamed the that giant tick, so it's possible.
Was
Let's-
the giant centipede some sort of guardian?
Beats me. There were hundreds of tiny ones down that chasm, so not sure.
Maybe they throw their refuse down there or something like that.
Let's keep moving.
Yeah, let's keep moving.
I wonder
Where's
how
our
long it would take
new
for
friend?
them to grow up.
Pardon, Vanya?
Sorry, I wonder how long it would take for them to grow up. The centipedes.
I'm not sure how long a centipede would take to grow. Giant centipede, especially. The eggs under these conditions would probably take about a week to hatch.
Carry on, really. Sorry, that's me. Oh no. Theoretically, just theoretically, how would someone hatch them?
Warm, wet conditions. I suppose one would need an incubator to maintain that. I mean, look at the nests. They should provide a decent guideline for what they need to hatch. I suppose the river streams are providing all the moisture they need.
The dung as well.
That too.
Do we still have a flask? The one we had from the potion that you drank earlier.
I keep a handful around with me.
Can I have one, please?
Sure. Or if
Okay,
you'll just
Vanya
pass this one to Vanya and then
just
like turns back around.
tries
Let's
to kind
get
of
going though.
scoop the dung into the flask.
Vanya, are you all right?
Oh, I just find
Supposed
it
to be.
interesting.
Okay. Okay. Should we destroy the eggs? Is this good? Will the tree suffer, or is the tree suffering right now? I don't know what's the right thing to do. I kind of don't want to put poop into a flask. But
Wait,
it's
you're doing
fine.
what?
Fine, yeah. The dung. The dung, isn't that like... Isn't that refuse? Isn't that like...
Basically, just fertilizer if you think about it.
I don't want to think about it. Okay, let's... Oh, this is disgusting here. I'm sorry. Everyone is looking at this and talking, but no.
I'm done down here.
Yeah.
Or if you'll just get going.
But
to just start taking up, I think.
where's Mitmac? I kind of want to find him, and it looks like we're done here. It looks like.
Where's Paul?
Oh, I read it again. Okay.
Okay.
Fantastic.
We're sulking in the corner.
Sorry,
was crying. I had a bunch of tissues. Okay.
I'm sorry. Don't kill me, please.
Sorry, Paul.
It's all good. All right, so as you are getting ready to move out of this place, as you're getting ready to move, you see coming from the walls several centipedes as you move towards the exit. They look at you. They do kind of rise up like snakes would in essence. And they look like the slightest movement of you is kind of drawing their attention. What do you do?
Crying out loud.
Do they look aggressive?
Potentially. Bear
How
back.
big are they? Oh, okay. So let's get back to
Has anyone watched Jurassic Park 3?
I did.
Yes, a while ago.
Yeah. When it
There's
came
a
out.
scene, there's a scene where one character like stealthily steals like a velociraptor egg, and then like a bunch of velociraptors like chase the party, and they're after that one character.
No! Please, no!
This is wonderful.
Which one of these three is blue?
Blue? Why blue?
One of the velociraptors is called Blue.
That's in Jurassic World.
Is it?
Yeah.
Jurassic Park 3 was like
I thought in
the end
Jurassic
of
Park
that.
3 the velociraptors are also named.
Wasn't it like an island, another island they had? Like it was at the end
Yeah.
of that particular milking of the franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Until Chris Pratt came along and was like, "Hey, I'm an Indiana
Hey,
Jones."
I'm Chris Pratt. I only do the one role.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, he's doing the one voice. And he uses that voice for every role he has.
Still the one role.
Well, Mario
True.
too. Hey, I'm Mario. Oh, sorry, that was too much into the Mario voice. That was not Chris Pratt.
Yeah, you went too Italian.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not as good as an actor as Chris Pratt in that regard. At least I went too Italian. And I want to apologize to the community.
What? Playing the Italian character with an Italian accent? No.
No.
We don't
Hey,
do
I'm
that.
Mario.
Chris Pratt is more a Mario with a New York accent.
I'm walking here. Oh god.
I wonder if Paul left this stream on whilst he had to take that call.
They're talking
There's
about
going to be this
Jurassic-
conversation that he's going to need to cut out.
We
Apologies.
did talk about what to do, but
Hi.
we didn't.
All right, so what do you want to do? They look like you're inside their territory. You're inside their nest egg. They probably bolted possibly when Mcmec went through here, and as well as the Mitflits. But now that you're here by yourself, they kind of come back, and they seem to be on the verge of being aggressive based on what you do next.
Billy, slowly step away from the nest.
Okay.
You too, Vanya.
Let's go
Don't
back.
turn your
Can I-
backs to them.
Can I maybe, while I walk slowly away, and I maybe put one ration to the ground, like have some food?
Sure.
Careful. Their vision is based on movement.
It's not a T-Rex. Gilly, go ahead and move your token back.
Sorry, what?
Move your token back where you want to move.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Now I want both of you, as well as Vanya, to go ahead and roll me, in this case, nature rolls. Nature or survival, either one, whichever one's higher.
Nature.
Not your feel. You didn't need a roll.
No? You said both of you as well as Vanya. I thought you meant...
I meant Vanya and Gilly.
Okay.
All right. Nature.
Okay. Vanya, as you back away, you put the ration down. The centipedes look at you as well as Gilly. But,
Ooh.
Gilly, when you step back, there was a small little nest there. And you actually step on one of the eggs, breaks it, and they immediately hiss and then rush forward.
Wait, but halfling nug? Sorry, don't want to.
Oh, you are right.
Yeah, can you?
Well,
Yeah.
I want to re-roll it with
All right.
halfling luck. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Set up.
Okay.
You're about to step on a small egg, a little small, that kind of rolled away, and you stop yourself at the last moment. Like your boot is like right on top of the egg, and then you kind of just step back a little bit further, move back.
This is the reason why halflings don't wear boots, is Illy could feel something slimy back there and was like, oh no, and takes a further step back.
Gotcha.
No thanks. Ugh. You.
The two move forward over the nests. What do y'all do? They still look aggressive.
We should probably continue backing out slowly.
Agreed.
Yeah.
One step at a time. Keep your eyes on them.
All right. Orifiel, as you move away, how do you move away? I'm looking for a skill challenge here. On persuading these things not to attack you. So any skill can be used here. Just tell me how the skill is going to be used, and we'll go ahead and do the roll.
We're already like pretty crouched for the most part, so like I just want to appear like as non-aggressive as I can and just back away.
What skill do you think will fit that?
Um,
I'm thinking either diplomacy or survival. I'm thinking.
I was gonna say nature because that's used for like handling animals and like giving
give
an
it to you as well.
impression to them.
I'll give it to you as well.
Because I don't like I see diplomacy working for like a humanoid, but I feel like for a animal, nature would apply instead.
It would. I would let you use diplomacy because you're still doing something to like back away. It'll probably be a higher DC, but nature, definitely go for it.
I'll go nature.
Yeah. All right. Refill, you back away into the tunnel and start to move your way towards the top. Who's next?
Ooh, nice looking map. The old Sycamore.
I would go for a long shot. So, halflings are generally well known for avoiding notice. And just to get away somehow, I'd either want to roll some sort of either stealth, which I now have, or which I got, also halfling lore on the methods to get away from creepy crawlies that do not like you. It's a bit of a stretch.
Go ahead and give me a stealth roll. You and someone else. Who do you take with you? Rabbit or Vanya? You choose, not them.
I think I'm going to take the nearest one and like tug on Rabbit. Rabbit's clothing and like come here, like here. Let's go.
I might have a small problem though.
Vanya?
I cannot see. It's dark. Can't see.
Alright. Well, we'll give you a little bit of light source. There you go, Vanya. How do you get out?
Oh, that's nice. But maybe no light source. I think I would also like to stealth outside. And with a light, might be a bit hard to stealth out. They probably can see in the dark, but maybe it doesn't make much of a difference.
Like,
But
I'm pretty sure they wouldn't leave you in the dark completely because you are companions, so they'll probably leave a little bit light coming from the tunnel, so you still see a little bit.
okay.
Just because I moved off the map itself, that's why I did that. But go ahead and give me a
But
stealth roll.
if you're looking to like use the shadow to cloak yourself, that would probably work, I think, given that the light is fade away.
Okay. Also, get away. And you make your way towards the actual top, and you circumvent that fight.
We'll leave that ecosystem alone.
Agreed. Mental note, pretty easy to get to, though.
As you get to the top, back to the surface, as you get there, you see and you hear, ah, let me go, let me go. And you see Micmac on the ground on his back, and you see Jathel with her boot on his chest with her scythe right next to his neck. You see Lindsay is there with a crossbow behind a couple of roots, and you see about 12 dead mitflits. They all have essentially been cut in multiple pieces by, you can see blood on Jathel's scythe.
Hero of the Sycamore tree. Leave him be, Jathel.
We're calling him a hero? Really? Okay.
I mean, well,
He saved
this-
us.
He's more of an anti-hero, I believe.
Very well. And she will lift the scythe and step off Micmac, and he'll off and brush herself off and kind of look at her, like all of you. Yes, Micmac help! Micmac save everyone! Micmac killed? Well, you killed gremlins. Scary. You're scary. And kind of just moves away from Jathel. Jathel just has a smirk on her face. You see Lindsay, and you see Lindsay has a look of slight, not fear, but worry on her face as she kind of looks between all of you and Jathel and at the gremlins. You do see her do a slight shudder.
Are you alright, Lindsay?
yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. And she's just kind of staring at Jathel. And so the kobolds here, and they all came running out. They thought they were attacking us until they ran past us, but they didn't run too far. So did you get it? Did you find the statue for?
Right here.
Okay. Well, shall we
That
go
being
then?
said, there weren't any other treasures down there, were there?
There were still 3 rooms, I believe, we haven't seen. Or perhaps in the other passage.
We made the full round. I didn't see that ring anywhere.
That's true.
Ah.
What? Micmac no. Oh, Micmac tried to get back statue. Micmac failed though. Micmac
Have
can
you
help.
s-
What are you looking for?
Have you seen a ring? A ring. Goes around the finger.
Oh yes.
Golden.
When a raid we took from gremlins. Then gremlin took our statue for old Sharktooth. But ring given to new boss inside caverns. Suit scales new boss.
Okay. Okay.
Why is the
Um,
boss new?
New boss scary have magic. Magic better than old boss. Old boss no have.
to new chief. Maybe. We have we have Sharptooth statue to give back.
Micmac go with you. Dangerous travel by self. Although gremlins all dead now. Tall woman, pointy air, scary.
We travel on horse. That okay?
Uh, no. Micmac meet you at suit scale home.
Okay.
And you watch as Micmac starts to jog across the terrain.
I suppose
Careful.
he doesn't like horses. Not that I'm complaining.
You don't like horses too?
No, I'm not a big fan of him.
Well, try not to show it to the horse. Wouldn't want to hurt its feelings.
I think Orifio is talking about Micmac. Why don't you?
Oh,
I mean, the methods are a bit crude, but it's not much better than we
Crude?
would have done.
I take offense to that.
Yeah? Why?
I for one would not yank out an eyeball and eat it immediately.
That's true. I
Rude is
I
not the
mean-
word I would use, but
Everyone
I
gonna
will-
give
open
me.
the eyes of your enemies is a bit disgusting. I feel.
Everyone go ahead and give me society rolls real quick.
okay.
Untrained too?
Untrained, sure. A refuel. One thing that you would know from studies overhearing, research, and whatnot, or from tales told to you, so these Mitflits, these kobolds, they do have a bit of a society. They are intelligent, but they're also both evil. Now, again, there is not unusual, or starting to be a little unusual to find a single kobold that is turned away from the typical tendencies of being evil. But what you've seen so far of both the gremlins and kobolds, they're still both evil inclined societies. These specific ones, the ones in this tree, and the ones in the suit scale caverns, or the mine.
Okay.
Not to say they can be possibly persuaded, but they have probably been that way for a long time. So they are, as you probably seen a little bit, they are both evil societies.
I've heard rumors, but perhaps I've set my hopes a little too high.
They've been, from what I've seen, they've been basically at war for a long time, right?
Let's see, I believe there is some potential, given how they've interacted with us, but I won't hold my breath. And I'll engage with them as little as I may need. Yes.
Do you think they all just care about just themselves and wreaking destruction all around them?
It's possible that that more savage side that we saw back there, which I am rather off put by, may be coming along amongst all of them in the tribe.
Might it not be a problem now that they can focus on something else than the midflits? It might be a problem what we've done.
There is. I'm not sure.
Yeah, let's see. But if we unleashed some sort of trouble on these lands,
the leader that we spoke to seemed willing enough to cooperate.
But that leader was very egotistical, right? Just taking the whole moonradish soup for itself, themselves.
But did we actually bring enough for all of them, or just one serving?
I would let everyone try at least.
A measured degree of caution.
Well, I think that is sadly how most leaders act. They deserve more, is what most leaders think. Not what I think.
Very much like the Stag Lord or any sort of monarch. Just take and give nothing back.
They're selfish.
Yeah. A voice from the ether, I agree.
There's two NPCs here. He's fine.
Or come on. That was probably Lindsay. Sounded like Lindsay to me.
Sorry, didn't hear that. Let's see.
Do you all want to rest up before we head over there?
Might be the best option since we're all kind of hurt at the moment.
Let's be careful going in there. Let's be sure that we'll do it right and not just rush in there. I'm really glad that every one of us got out here all right, and also thanks for watching our backs, Jethro, Lindsay.
Of course. I wish I was kind of down there to see what you found, what you encountered. But when we rest tonight, you must tell me. I want to account correctly what happened down there and what you found, what you fought, and this
of
kobold.
Insects. A lot of very big insects.
Yeah, they're very.
This big
Human-sized centipedes are kind of large, yeah.
This big, and Lindsay is just looking at us wide-eyed, not able to talk in any sort of way right now. Just
I believe Lindsay hates insects, right?
She does?
Does she?
Oh.
But what do you guys think is Jathel's general attitude towards insects?
I feel like she would be indifferent to them.
It would be kind of funny if J-Fall gets like all iffy about insects specifically, like the very top character as like a very.
Oh, sorry, Andrew. I just wanted to say it does make sense if an undead doesn't like any insect.
Yeah, like maggots or so, like you have to pick them off all the time.
The mention of insects, Lindsay's like, ugh. Jathal, didn't really make any motion either way.
there were human-sized centipedes.
Like,
There was at least one
larger.
far bigger than that.
One that was at least 5 times the size of a human, I believe.
Oh, wow, that's...
Easily.
Well, you're standing here. You must have... Was it a tough fight? I've always seen small ones as a kid, but never that big.
The centipede, I wouldn't say so. The halfling-sized tick, yes.
I mean,
Yeah,
and when it turns
they wrote
around
it.
and shows her side, and see, that's what the centipede did to me.
Oh, wow. Do you need any healing? I have some healing I can do.
Yeah, that would be great. Thank you.
I think just maybe some rest.
I think we do deserve it.
You're 11 HP there, Vanya.
Yay.
Well, let's get out of here then. What I suspect is probably no more Mitflits down there since they all came up here. But still, in case any wolves come by, I like to be away from this site.
Sounds like a great idea.
Great. Okay, we move away from the giant sycamore.
I'll put you
And
there.
away from the giant pile of midflits. Ugh. Like, I don't want to imagine how all that smells like.
And what time in the day would it be?
It's pretty much 2 o'clock right now.
So it's still early in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Where's
Okay.
Nova, by the way? I asked
Would be
Lindsay.
here.
Oh, Nova was with, Nova's around here. Oh, there. And then you see Nova is a little bit around, the trees, the roots, kind of relaxing a little bit, is just chewing on, looks like a bird that Nova caught. At that point, Nova walks over, pods along, finish eating the food that she got.
We could spend some downtime to like treat wounds, and then we head back to the cabins. Would we be able to do that?
Absolutely.
Right.
As
Do
long as
we
we're
need to do that?
battle. Well, depending on what's going to happen there, it might be the best choice to heal up at least.
Well, pretty much all of us are barely injured at this point.
Do we want to do a overnight rest though? Get our actual level 3 stuff? Spells and everything?
That's why I asked like what time it was, because it's still rather early in the day.
Like, would we be able to get back to the oak top silver mine?
It would take well into the night, so it'd probably be most logical to travel a little bit, sleep, and then get there in the morning.
That sounds like a great idea.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Well, I say we go ahead and end our session here, and then pick up with camping, and then if we decide to do full camp roads, we can do it then, or go straight up to the Suit Scale Caverns and return this little statue.
And see if we can find some kobolds to be not as evil, right? This is where this is going, right? This is what we are doing. Huh?
We'll see. All right.
Oh,